Hey guys, Dando here for Torrent This Radio here on torrentthis.com.au. Now, I am lucky to be joined on the line by a member of one of Australia's biggest bands going around today. They released their fourth album, March Fires, earlier this year. Features hit singles such as Lanterns and This Fire. They played at the AFL Grand Final, and now they are set to play in Geelong at the Wool Exchange Entertainment Complex on December 5th. They are Birds of Tokyo, and I'm joined by their bassist, Ian. Ian, thanks for your time, sir. How you doing?
Hello, Brendan. How are you, man?
I am always good. Thanks heaps for doing this. I do appreciate it.
That was a great spruik before. I really enjoyed that.
Wasted 5 minutes of my time, but it doesn't matter. How's your day been anyway? Just interview after interview?
I've had a few, less than usual, which is kind of good.
Yeah.
I sort of have a little partner in crime who's a smart little man from 11 Music who just lines them up and I just knock them down. I'm pretty much the only guy in Australia in the band at the moment, so
Yeah.
I'm just getting piled with them.
I see you guys are going in for rehearsal soon, though.
Yes, we are. We're going tomorrow. I'm flying to Perth tomorrow with the rest of the band who are all probably on a plane right now.
Yep.
Flying in from Los Angeles.
Hmm.
We're going to go to Perth, which we all grew up in Perth, so it's
Yep.
going to be like a home away from home.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it is home. And then we're going to do some practicing there.
Yep.
Some good old-fashioned band practice.
Good old fashioned. You guys, you're insane. You're basically going to be doing two separate tours at once starting next week.
It is. It's kind of a jam-packed little party, but it's kind of shorter than you think. It's all over in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's from the first show to the last. It's all done.
Will you change the setup between your shows and like the Muse ones?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we'll play a longer set for our own shows, which goes without saying, I suppose.
Yes,
I think our support slot with Muse is about 45 minutes.
Oh, really?
We usually kind of try and trickle out to 75 minutes to 90 minutes for our own show.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then, we get full use of the stage. Envisioning what kind of ropes and barriers we'll have to deal with as a support band when we take on the Muse gigs. But, I mean, they're arenas, so
yeah.
Whatever they leave us with is probably enough.
Yeah. Well, hard work certainly paying off. You've been nominated for 6 ARIAs, so well done, my friend.
Very excited about that.
Yeah.
Actually, not to stress too much about winning awards, I just kind of want to go and check it out. This is the first one for me, and it sounds like a bit of fun. You get to, sort of dress up nicely and kind of try and impress others with a nice suit and some shoes and a tie.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. That's sort of a bit of fun. Maybe I'll hate it.
Yeah. I'm not a musician myself, so I can't really know. But are ARIAs something that like Aussie musos strive for? Like, what's the award for an Aussie band? Like, what's the award everyone wants?
I don't know. I guess ARIAs is the epitome of Australian success. It's something that definitely follows the entire Australian population, especially the youth. It's very much akin with the charts and how you sell as well. I don't know. I guess I haven't thought about that much,
Yeah.
but any kind of accolade is pleasant.
Yeah.
Is always welcomed and sought after.
Yeah. Well, March Fires, clearly your most successful album to date. Be honest, how much of that success is attributed to yourself joining the band?
All of it.
All of it. Good answer.
No, I don't know. I'll keep it like that. That's funny. We should say that. That's good stuff for me.
When some moron, I don't know whether it's actually happened to you yet, but I've had a couple of people tell me this. They walk up to you and they whine that Birds of Tokyo music all sounds the same now. A, what would you like to say to them? And B, what would you actually say to them?
I don't know. It sounds like they've listened to it once and made up their own minds.
Yeah.
That's a very naive and negative perspective, I guess. I don't think it all sounds the same. Every song's its own little soul. You're talking about the children that we birthed in March. I don't know. I couldn't disagree with that more.
Yeah. Well, we said, as you said before, you're playing in Geelong at the Woolly, December 5th. Have you yourself ever been to Geelong before?
Yes.
You
I've
have?
been a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have vague recollections of it. I wish I could tell you what streets I like. I've played a gig there. I've played there before. Before I was in Birds of Tokyo, I was in Sugar Army, and we played a gig with Gyroscope and Shehad.
Yep.
And that was a big mess. Obviously, those two bands are pretty chaotic live, so that was real fun.
Yeah.
And and I know I've played in Geelong with Birds, or the year before last in September sometime.
Yep.
And I was like, just as I joined the band, or my first real tour with the band.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether you were in the band at that point or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of 50% sure it was the Wool Exchange, but I can't be sure. I was looking for pictures of the Wool Exchange on the net, and I wasn't very successful.
They've only been doing gigs there for the last, say, beginning of this year. They didn't do gigs for 10 years, so I don't think you played there.
Okay, awesome. So it's going to be a new experience for us too.
Yeah. Best venue in Geelong too. But can I just give you a word of advice? If you want to get a cheap pop from the crowd, just say you love the Geelong Cats.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it true that like everyone in Geelong is just really, really, really dedicated to the footy team, or is that just the footy community?
Either you really love the footy team or you really hate the footy team. Like you got plenty of Collingwood supporters and whatnot who just despise us.
That's a polarised little community.
Yeah. All right, man. We'll just before we go, just a couple of quick Torrent This mailbag questions. This one comes from Nikita Allen. She wants to know, what has been the progress of your influences between your releases over the years? Are the boys now influenced by things now that they never would have for an album like Universes?
That's a complicated question. So she's saying how have our influences evolved?
Yeah.
And are they an indicator of the music that we write?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the first answer is they evolve naturally and organically as you listen to new music. I mean, as artists, it's one of your main jobs that, goes unsaid, but you've got to constantly be listening to music and understanding how people create music that evokes emotions in you. And those things are constantly changing because you decide to consume new or old or different music. You can't really sit and circulate and listen to the same Tool record or Perfect Circle record. I don't know why I picked those two. It could have been Sigur Rós, it could have been Radiohead. You've got to keep moving.
Yeah.
And yes, our music has evolved with our taste. You're constantly chasing this purple dragon, I think, creatively, where your influences guide where you want to be, and you're always wanting to try and match that or better it. And that's just sort of the nature of creativity.
That's it,
yeah. Feel like you're never, ever completely nourished by the boob that is the creative god.
And Callan Young wants to know, this is just the last one, will Carnival and Birds of Tokyo ever record a Super Ian Kenny song?
Be crazy, hey?
Yeah, it'd be pretty awesome.
I wonder how that would work.
I have no idea.
Mean, maybe you could pull out to at least one Carnival or one Bird song where you're like, man, that could almost be their song, you could almost switch it up. But they're pretty far from each other. Those guys are pretty dedicated to prog and like metal kind of sounds, and we're more in the pop realm and pop rock kind of thing.
You guys should just come out and cover a Carnival song, just for shits and gigs.
It'd be weird.
I know, it'd be awesome though. Anyway, man, just one last question. This is the one I asked to everybody. Where do you see yourself on both a personal level as well as the band in 12 months' time?
Man, that's the $1 million question we're all talking about right now. We've got serious things happening in the US that could make or break and truly define our careers at the moment. So in the most positive sense, in 12 months' time, I see myself buying a house in America and just ruling.
That's awesome.
I hope so. I truly hope so, and I hope that our dreams are fulfilled and that the work that we've put into this record and the people that we've met in America comes to fruition. And if it doesn't, hey, we're still really happy people, and we're going to live out our lives as an Australian rock band, and that's cool.
Yeah.
It's great.
Good luck with it anyway, sir.
Thank you very much.
No worries. Now, well, there you go, guys. Make sure you get a copy of Birds of Tokyo's latest album, March Fires. Catch them in Geelong at the Woolly on December 5th. And for all the latest news and info, like them on Facebook, facebook.com/Birds of Tokyo Music. Once again, Ian, thanks for your time. Do appreciate it and look forward to seeing you in Geelong.
Thank you very much for having me.
No worries, sir. Catch you later.